How good did that, just that sack, forced fumble feel after the last?
Oh, they always feel good. I love it's my job. So when I finally hunt down QB and get the ball out and help my team, it's kind of the epitome of what our position is supposed to do. So it's good.
What did you want to get across the guys at halftime? You know, they had that 7-minute drive right before break. What did you want to do as a leader?
Just everybody needs to take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to panic. Just keep doing our job. I was talking to some people last week with Northwestern. They were saying, you were trying to go out there and win the game. You need to make the plays that you're trained to do to help us win the game. There's a difference. And I didn't want anybody. I wanted people to learn from my mistake. So I was telling my guys, we don't need to panic. We need to breathe. We need to keep doing our job. There's nothing that we need to change. Keep running. Keep doing what we need to do in the sense of running the ball, be physical. There's nothing, that's how you win football games. So just to mesh with those guys, keep them calm, don't panic, keep doing our job, make the plays when they come to you.
Garrett, there was kind of a similar rhythm to last week in that you guys got ahead by a couple scores in the third quarter and then gave it back. And then there was kind of going to be that time when somebody was going to take control.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys notice that on the sidelines? And did you see any different reaction this week than last?
There's rhythms of the game. Obviously, you can tell which momentum shifts and who makes plays and stuff like that. But in the sense of like identical to last week, no. We know situational football in the sense of, if they get a turnover, we have to go put out the fire to get the momentum back on our side and help the offense out. We get a strip sack fumble, and offense knows they have to go out and score to keep that momentum going. With the back and forth as a team, new staff, young players, new players, just understanding that type of football and how to take over that game, not just winning, but taking over those situations, with the rhythm of the game and just making our own rhythm, how we operate as a team. That's kind of our next step as leaders, is understanding those situations and how to talk to those guys of what's important during this time of the game or situation of the game.
How was the week of practice, and how was your confidence impacted by that opening loss?
Yeah, like I said, I talked to some people. I put a lot of it on my shoulders in the sense of I'm a new leader. That was my first game as a leader, and you come out and do that. I think Northwestern had 500-something yards, the most they had in 2 years. I personally, didn't do anything to help our team win. Splash plays, things like that. I hope you guys know me well enough to take that pretty personally. So, understanding that doesn't, I got a bunch of text messages and talked to people that one game doesn't define me as a leader. That one game doesn't define this team as a team. That one play, that game doesn't define me as a player. And that was really hard to work past that because, obviously, work really hard and, going to do great and all that stuff. And just kind of understanding, and that's what Coach Dawson told me, make the plays that come to you to help us win the game. Don't try to go and win the game. Really focusing on my job and the best I can do it, and use my leadership as a weapon and be a constant rhythm for those guys and not get outside that zone in the sense of trying to do everything.
How long did it take you this week to work through that?
It took a couple of days. I will admit it. Those guys, Buford, helped me out a ton. He hugged me and he told me he loves playing with me. He wouldn't want to play with anybody else, and that kind of, it felt like the weight of the world was on my head, and I wasn't really Garrett. I'm usually a pretty happy guy, I would like to think, and I was just pounding around, honestly. And he grabbed me and told me that, and told me he loved me, and it kind of got me out of that cloud in the sense of started talking to people and helped me a ton. I really appreciate him doing that, and the people that I talk to, I really appreciate them putting things in perspective as a younger leader and as a leader on the defense, and just understanding how things work, and like I said, just kind of putting things in perspective for myself as a player and as a leader.
How close do you think you guys are to being the run defense you really want to be? Like, what are maybe the last few things that you want to put in place?
Yeah, that X run that they had, obviously just cleaning up. We always talk about the X runs or just X plays that they have. those little details. Like I was talking to Miles, he was being the edge there, and I'm coming down in a blitz or whatever, and he doesn't need to jump out to the QB. He needs to tackle the dive and just getting eyes right, pretty much in a long-winded version. Being a great defense, being an elite defense, you don't let those X plays happen. You just keep, like I said, that consistent rhythm, going out there making stops, only giving them, 1 or 2 first downs, giving the ball back, doing your job, and just telling your players that. Just those things that we clean up. Like I said, new defense, new guys, different pieces. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out how to play with each other, and when you're on the field, how to make those plays and do your job.
First sack for him as a Husker. How happy are you?
I'm so proud of him. Hopefully he shares it with me. I touched him too. It was great. I was really proud of him, man. He did awesome. That's, like I said, that's our job. We got to go do that. So gave him a big hug, told him I loved him.
I know it was the other side of the ball, but were you taking some stock of what Anthony was doing out there? And I assume you see that quite a bit.
Yeah, he's the happiest guy probably in the world. He always smiles. He has the biggest, goofiest smile on his face, and I hug him, tell him I love him all the time. He's so happy to see me, and I'm happy to see him. So, that guy's incredible at football. So keep doing that. I think we'll be pretty solid.
Garrett?